own mindset, then you are limited by anything systemic. You can't plan your way to a better life. You can build your way to a better life. You can believe your way. You can behave your way. You cannot blame your way.
Dave Ramsey, Monday through Thursday, noon till 2. KSEO, KOMY.
I love this song.
I love nachos. Loving everything. You might be buzzed.
I love nachos.
Time to head out. If you see a buzz warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home.
Aren't they just talking about buzz nachos?
Message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of KSCO staff, management, or advertisers. If something is said with which you disagree, please let us know by writing to us at comments@ksco.com.
It's really quiet.
Not better?
Yeah, you got to turn it. Okay, let's go.
Snappy nappy.
Good evening, truth seekers, and welcome back to the Nighthawk Resurrected, the show that refuses to let the unexplained stay in the shadows. I am your host, Kelly Powers, alongside my co-host, Ginni. Hi, Ginni.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. Broadcasting worldwide live every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Follow us on YouTube and X and Twitch at Nighthawk Resurrected. Tonight, we welcome a fascinating voice in Southern folklore and supernatural. Joining us is an author, researcher, Sherry Malaver Parada, whose passion for education, research, urban legends, and the unexplained have led her to uncover an eerie side of the American South. Sherry holds an MA in Human Services and serves as an executive director at the Counseling Center. She's an author of a Supernatural South, Gothic Tales of Ghosts, Cryptids, and Unexplained Phenomena. A chilling collection of stories featuring the Loup-Garou and the Boo Hag, the moon-eyed people, Confederate ghosts, and many more macabre encounters beneath the Spanish moss. You can find her writings and updates at medium.com/Sherry, MALAVERPARADA, and her book through LLEWELLYN. Please welcome to the Nighthawk Resurrected, the one, the only, Sherry Malaver Parada. I think I just butchered it really bad. I'm sorry, Sherry. We'll be right back with Sherry. This is the Nighthawk Resurrected.
From the shadows of the night, the hawk returns. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8, the Nighthawk Resurrected opens heaven's gate. Kelly Powers and Ginni take the midnight stage, calling all true seekers to turn another page. Spirits whisper secrets, UFOs like the sky, demons and the elite, we look them in the eye. The world order falling as the hawk takes flight, the earth is shifted, raised and gifted tonight. This is the Nighthawk Resurrected, flying through the dark where the truth is protected. Listening on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Nighthawk Resurrected, come join the Knicks. The Nighthawk crushes evil.
Welcome to the Nighthawk Resurrected
Welcome.
radio show.
Hi, Ginni. How are you?
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. Hello. What is new in Ginni's world?
Ginni time.
Remember, I think last week we were chatting, and I think we're gonna have a new segment. It's gonna be called Ginni Knows Stuff.
Ginni knows stuff.
He knows a few
What
things.
about Ginni time? Have you ever heard of Ginni time?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something to that for sure. So what's new? What's new with Ginni? Are you excited for our show? We're diving into Halloween extravaganza, which starts really early at the Nighthawk. It starts when 4th of July is over. It's Halloween extravaganza.
I like the new beats. I like the new tunes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you dialed into what I want it to really say.
Well, hey, Ginni.
But the ones that you got,
I have a great idea.
What is it?
You do it. Do it.
I could probably help you with that.
Yeah, do it. I encourage you. So the legendary Dolly Parton has died at 80. She's a country music icon. I'm sure all of you know who Dolly Parton is, and she had a brief battle with cancer. And everybody is just remembering what an extraordinary woman she is, and she helped so many people break into country music in Nashville, and it's very sad.
I saw a big thing.
She
on
had a
Hollywood.
great plastic surgeon. I was looking at her today. You know how you see people that get a lot of plastic surgery, and you're like, I mean, she obviously had plastic surgery. She's 80, but I was looking at her today.
It's pretty stellar.
It was a video from like last week, and her skin was just perfect. You know how people will look pulled and weird.
So in 9 to 5, how old do you think she was?
I could find out.
So 9 to 5, that was she was probably like maybe 40,
right?
45 or something, I would think. Because one was 9 to 5, maybe. You have any idea?
I have. Well, you got to give me a second. I mean, I'm quick, but I don't have like.
Done,
yeah. Ginni, you can do stuff. Ginni can do stuff.
We're going to call it Ginni can do stuff.
Okay, so she was born January 19th, 1946. Her big screen debut premiered in the U.S. on December 19th, 1980. By that date, she had already turned 34.
So that was...
She was 33, turning 34 during filming.
During filming of 9 to 5.
Yes.
Because she almost has looked the same since 9 to 5.
All I'm saying is she had a great plastic surgeon, because I see a lot of people and celebrities that I don't know who they go to, and they have a lot of money and they look weird.
They look weird.
Yes.
The one thing I can't stand about plastic surgery is the lip thing. Like, why do you...
Her mouth looked great. Her skin looked great. I mean, she looked good. And I'm not...
Do you think
I get
she
it.
had augmentation, or was that her natural self?
Are you insane right now? Only I'm not going to use the hard R word, but that's like the dumbest guy question I've ever heard in my life. Are you really asking me that?
Yes, I am.
Oh my!
I thought that was natural.
Is this a dumb bunny? We have a dumb bunny moment, folks. Ginni just asked if Dolly Parton had breast augmentation. Oh my gosh.
Well,
yes, hon.
Well, from 9 to 5, she was a little thicker back there.
Her breasts were like 5 times the size of your head. That is not natural. I think she had a reduction and whatever. Yes.
You need to go there. It's TMI.
You're the one that just asked the question, not me.
You didn't have to go.
That is so bizarre.
Big time.
So yeah, very, very.
Rest in peace, Dolly Parton.
Very sad. That's like actually really unexpected, because I don't think.
You didn't really hear anything about her being sick.
No, she talked a little bit about it, but
I might have to go to Dollywood now, because they say there's some amazing roller coasters at Dollywood that are like some of the best, according to Gordon. Gordon said that he went there last year.
I would go to Dollywood.
He said that the roller coasters were insane.
Really?
Some of the best ones you'd ever been on.
I would go to Dollywood.
And he said that his wife was exactly, if he took her on a roller coaster, sick for the whole entire trip.
Oh gosh, I couldn't do it. I could stand back and watch you for sure.
He went with his daughter.
Yeah. So I was trying to find this story. Apparently there's a 66-year-old woman in California. She extended her title as the world's oldest competitive female skateboarder by competing at the age of 66. I don't even know who it is. I can't, for some reason, that when I try to get the story to open, it doesn't open.
Well,
which is very cool. I mean, that's a cool story.
I mean,
congratulations. 66 and still shredding in California.
Yeah.
What else is going on? We are really, really thrilled to welcome our guests on tonight. I love folklore. I love the supernatural. As you know, Sherry is a rock star. She's got great books. And we're excited to talk about the Boo Hag and Moon-eyed people and the Confederate ghosts and so much more that comes along with that. You know, the South has like, they just have the best.
Of everything.
Well, they just have this
Pretty
history,
solid
deep
out there.
history, lore, spooky, you know, it's the perfect place. So, oh,
I
we're
would
past our
take a
time.
trip
This
back there.
is the Nighthawk Resurrected. We'll be back in 6 minutes.
Someone's on the phone. You want to see who it is?
Well, we're not taking phone calls right
No.
now. Can we talk to Sherry? Hi, Sherry. Oh, I lost you. What happened? Sherry, are you there? Did we get it, Ginni? No? Now?
Try it now.
Hi, Sherry, are you there? Oh, there you are. Can you hear me? I don't. Hang on. Ginny's pushing buttons, trying to get you to where we can talk. No?
Right now.
Oh, there you are. Hi. How are you? Good. Okay, so first thing, how do you say your middle last name? Malaver. And is it Parada?
Yes.
Malaver Parada. I butchered it in the intro and I practiced it and then I got there and just cracked under the pressure.
You can just call me Sherry.
Okay, but I want people to be able to find you. So what I might do too is just kind of spell it out so that way. And then how do you say your publisher?
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn. That's what I thought. Okay, good. We're excited. Thank you for your time tonight. This is amazing.
Thank you for having me.
So we can talk about whatever you want. You know, start with a little intro on who you are and what you do, and we'll just go from there. Is that okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, we'll be on the air by. Are you East Coast?
I'm in Montana on Mountain Time.
Okay, so you're 2 hours ahead of us. No, one. Okay, so 7:21. We have about 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Hang on tight.
Okay.
There's a lot of echoing there.
I don't know what's going on with that. Should I address it right now?
Yeah. See if he's not. See how the headset is. You want?
Hey, Sherry,
Yes.
are you on a headset or are you on a mic?
I don't have a headset. I'm on a mic.
Okay, we can try it. There's a little bit of an echo and it sounds like you're kind of far away.
Do you want me to call in?
Maybe. That might be better so we have better sound. Are you going to have to hold the phone the whole time?
It's okay.
Okay. If you put the phone on speaker, it will echo.
Okay, yeah, I will do that.
Okay, so you can even use earbuds or anything if you have that. If not, yeah, call in. Let's try it by phone because I think that the sound might be better.
Okay, what's the number?
831-479-1080.
479-1080. Okay.
Let's try that, and we can always adjust, but the phone will come in good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
It's the internet at her house.
Oh,
The internet's
possibly.
like because she sounds like that, like
right. Sounds like she's in like a.
It's the internet. It's too slow.
Malavier. Parada.
Parada is almost like Prada.
It is like Prada, but there's an A in the middle. Parada. Malavier. I don't know if I said that right. Okay, well, we'll see.
Okay, she's on there. I'm gonna get her.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Well, just so she knows she's locked in.
Can you hear us? Hello.
Are you there,
Can you hear
Sherry?
us now?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
way
so-
better.
That's perfect.
So we're audio too, so you don't have to use your camera unless you want to. I mean, you can shut off Zoom. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll just go with phone.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You bet.
We got about 40 seconds.
Okay.
Thanks, Sherry. What's an MA?
What's an MA?
Healing and prevention of acne blemishes. Retinoic acid containing products do require a doctor's prescription, and they've been known to cause reactions. If you tried to use retinoic acid and ended up with a rash, try using or
We went light.
essential fatty acids. Low levels of omega-3 and 6 essential acids can make skin sensitive to your deficiency states, meaning symptoms are much more likely to occur. This has been here urging you to go to kscohealth.com to order Beyond Tangy Pantry and Healthy Start Pack and other nutrition supplements that I personally use and recommend. You can purchase these premium quality products at wholesale prices online at kscohealth.com. That's kscohealth.com. I'm a pharmacist that believes that staying healthy.
Are you going to put something good on?
Maybe.
Go to kscohealth.com. Make sure you check out the cool videos too. kscohealth.com. That's kscohealth.com.
You start it in the middle. Don't just let it go.
Welcome back to the Nighthawk Resurrected.
Ginni, you are going to be fired as the engineer, or what are you considered? The producer? I'm firing you right now because our intro music is started at the end.
Thing is getting fired when you're Ginni.
Okay.
This is Ginni's world, and you're welcome to be here.
Awesome. Thanks for that.
So, are you ready to get started?
Yes, let's do that. So, want to remind you guys tonight we have Sherry Malaver Parada on, and she is a specialist in the supernatural of the South. So, Gothic Tales of Ghosts, Cryptids, Unexplained Phenomenon, and she's got a bunch of amazing stories. Sherry, welcome to the Nighthawk. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really good.
Good. So,
Thank you for joining us tonight.
yeah, this is Ginni. I don't know if I introduced you to him. He is my co-host. He's here making my life difficult. Not really.
Make it fabulous.
He does. He works hard and he does wonderful. So, let's see. Let's start. Who are you and what do you do? Let's start there.
Okay, so my name is Sherry Malaver Parada. I have a Master's of Arts in Human Services, and I work doing grants and Associate Director of a counseling social services agency. And I'm really into the
So that's obviously your day job. Do you work for a nonprofit or you don't have to say where you work, but
Oh, no, yes. They're like a social services agency because they offer counseling, mental health and substance use disorder. And they also have, it's called like a parenting program. So it's where they conduct supervised visitations for biological parents who are trying to regain custody of their children.
wow, what an amazing thing. Do you give back to the community? And I mean, addiction and substance abuse. And I know this episode is not about that, but it's such a rough thing, and to provide those services to the people is wonderful. So kudos to you.
Oh, thank you.
So how'd you get into the spooky? Tell us, like, what's your background? Where'd you grow up?
Okay, so I grew up in Taylor, Arkansas. It's a little town right on the border of Louisiana. You go a few miles and you can Springtown, Louisiana. You cross the state line. I grew up on 40 acres, and I grew up hearing all of the spooky tales from my parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and I was hooked from the time I was a kid.
Do you think that's like very cultural in the South, right? Like all the folklore and it's definitely rooted in the history, correct?
Oh, absolutely. And it's because like the tradition got started, back in the day when European settlers, there was no TV, no internet, nothing like that. So it was kind of
So, do you have a story you remember as a kid that was told to you that really stood out? I don't know if they're in your book or if there's one you remember, like your family or your mom telling you, as a young person, where you're like, wow, this is great. I am hooked on this.
Oh, yeah. So the story that I grew up with, and most people did, is the story of the Mount Monster. And South is about 45 miles from where I grew up. And it's their version of Bigfoot.
Got it.
And I was hooked after that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Did,
As a kid, I wanted to go look for it.
that's what I was wondering. Did you ever see a Bigfoot or a cryptid, anything like that? And because you grew up on 40 acres. That's a lot of property to be running around as a kid.
Oh, yeah. We backed up to the woods, and there's kind of like a bayou area back there. And I lived in terror of the Loup-Garou peering through my window at night. Somehow I got that in my head as a kid.
Sure.
And if I didn't close the curtains before I went to bed, I would just lay in my bed until daylight.
Yeah, terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified.
A werewolf staring through the window.
So did you ever see anything, or was that just like being a kid and, being a little...
The woods are kind of spooky. Like, it's hard to, especially when you're a kid, it's hard to say if you saw something. Well, you probably saw something, but it's hard to say, like, was it supernatural or was it your imagination going wild and your adrenaline pumping and things like that? I mean, we have swamp gas down there. So
Sure.
you can think you saw, a light going through the woods and made it into swamp gas. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to say, but yeah, stuff that to me as a kid was.
Sure.
What is the Loup-Garou?
Okay, so Loup-Garou are sometimes called the Rougarou.
The Rougarou.
Is Louisiana's version of a werewolf.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So think dog man, but with a French twist and a lot of folklore behind it.
Wow.
So, do you know the history behind the Rougarou and how the folklore started there?
Well, yeah. The French from Canada came down into Louisiana and settled. The French Acadians.
Right.
And the Loup-Garou has always been a part of their belief. In fact,
Oh, I think we might have lost. Oh, we lost all phones.
We lost all the phones.
Why does it always do that during the best parts?
I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Like does like some weird stuff.
Okay. Well, we could probably get her back on.
Might have to go back to Zoom.
Yeah.
And see what's going on.
Dang it.
No, what is the deal?
I don't even have her phone number.
So,
hang on, I'm trying to get it going again.
You need to write down the phone numbers.
Well, yeah, obviously.
When you end up in situations like this, we need phone numbers, Kelly.
Yeah, I think she went out. Oh, we got our lines back, so maybe she'll call back. So Ginni.
That is so strange. It's like a vampire. I'm sorry. It is a werewolf from France.
Well, it's not like from France. It comes from French folklore. Like, so the stories that the French told when they came down to Louisiana.
It's kind of
there she is.
It's kind of similar. Welcome back to the night.
Oh no, there we go.
Welcome
Sorry, Sherry. I don't know what happened. Like everything just went blank. We lost you. We're trying. No, it wasn't you. It was us. Our phones went completely blank. So
during the best part, you were telling us the story, and then all of a sudden it was like,
yeah. So we were at the French came from the Canadian French came down and settled in Louisiana, and obviously with that came these amazing, French stories, and the Rougarou was in that. Yeah, it's hard to tell because I know that parents definitely tell their kids stories to keep them in line and scare them a little bit. I mean, I think every parent has done that to their kid. So tell me what's the name of your book again that came out?
Yes. So the name of my book is Supernatural South, Ghosts, Cryptids, and Unexplained Phenomena.
When did you decide to write that?
This book has been in the making for years. It started with me collecting all the old ghost stories and creature tales and unexplained things. And then I researched more and more. And I would ask family that I have, like in Alabama, any good ghost stories? They're like, oh my gosh, yes.
So you were doing more like research, it wasn't, I mean, I think it's probably a healthy combination of storytelling, but you were actually going around collecting stories from your area.
Oh, yes. In fact, like some of the newspapers, there's an article on the Yow. It's a monster up in the Ozarks, and they actually did a piece on it for the Arkansas Democrat and 800, I think it was. So I went through a lot of old newspaper articles, research books, interviews, wherever the trail took me.
We have another guest that comes on from time to time. He's been a long time, and I'm trying. Oh, so he's called the Historian of the Strange, but he's in New York, and he does something very similar. I should connect you guys because you guys would love to share stories. He does very similar research where he's always pulling these old weird stories and anyways, you just remind me of him, so that's great.
Which is amazing.
Well, right. You remember the
Yes.
story of the strange, right?
Yes.
So okay, you started collecting. How long did you collect before the book actually started to become an outline?
Okay, so I collected for years. I mean, from the time I was a kid until this place during COVID, we went remote. And like most people during COVID, even though I had my online hours for work, I was kind of spinning my wheels, kind of bored. And I thought I could start like doing this from A to B to B until I'm done. Because I have a lot already written.
Right.
And so I pushed through and finally finished 2024. And I thought, well, I'll send out the manuscript, but I doubt there's enough nerds like me who are into stuff like this.
Oh no, there's tons of us out there. We're everywhere.
And so here's the funny part. I sent out the manuscript, and the first answer I got back was from Lou Ellen, and they were like, yes. And
You like nailed it on the first one. You're like, I didn't even know if anything was going to come of this, and it hit on the first go, which is actually not that doesn't always happen because most authors have to work pretty hard to get somebody to grab their book.
right, and this is my first full-length book. Like I have some short stories published online and whatnot, but this is my first full-length book. And I was just super excited. I couldn't believe it. I kept waiting for it to be like a scam or a joke or something, but it wasn't.
You're like, no, I didn't email the wrong person and somebody's playing a prank on me.
Right. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. And Lou Ellen is just awesome. Everybody I've worked with over there is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I was lucky to connect with them because I just got a box in the mail from them, and I'm not kidding. I think she sent me like 16 books, and they are all different and amazing, and all these great topics of extremely fascinating people like you that just write on all these different topics. So it was a very cool connection.
So nice. Like, yeah, they're so amazing.
Yes. So, okay, let's talk specifically about the supernatural South. What makes the Southern folklore so distinct and interesting, especially to you?
You have such a variety of cultures to from. You have indigenous population that was there before everyone. You have the European population that was over. You have the African population. Spanish. I mean, it's just amazing the different cultures and the different folklore that they brought with them, and it's just amazing.
So it's just a mash of all kinds of different culture that just happens to be in one spot. So that's obviously why you get so many of these different stories. Like we talked about the Rougarou. Is that how you say it, or do you say the?
You can say either one. Like I think the French is the Loup-Garou, but I think
It got Americanized.
turned into Roup-Garou with the Cajuns, so the Roup-Garou.
Right. Right. And then you have like the Boo Hag. So what's that? What's the Boo Hag?
Okay, so the Boo Hag comes to us from the Gulf, North South Carolina and Georgia, and they come from a particular part of Africa, and they brought the Boo Hag folklore with them, which a lot of people have thought there's a big connection between the Boo Hag and sleep paralysis.
Oh.
Because the Boo Hag can look like anyone, according to Gullah traditions. They can wear other people's skin.
So it's like a shapeshifter.
Yeah, like a shapeshifter. But at night, drain people's life force from them. And the person wakes up tired and exhausted, and they don't understand why. And the culprit is the Boo Hag.
You know, it's interesting because there is other folklore characters and they have similar they go under different names, but they'll have similar features, right? Like they come at night, they come to get children, they drain the essence. There's ones where like they're little kids and they feed off the mothers and they're like, look, there's very similar, but they're different, which is interesting about your specific areas. You have so many of these different characters. So where did you first hear about the Boo Hag? Was that from your family?
No, that was actually research that I had done. I actually got off on Spectrum. Phenomenal Southern authors on it, and they actually put my short story on there. I had read a story about a Boo Hag on the site, the Moonlight Road, and that started me doing research on it to find out what exactly this was and other people thought. And so, yeah, it was actually a story that I read. It was a fictional story, but I was like, So I Googled Boo Hag and then went down that rabbit hole.
So when you Google, like, what's interesting? I mean, is there stories of people down, in the South that have actually had encounters with the Boo Hag? Because I'm like a skeptic, but I'm also a believer because I've seen some weird things myself. And I know there's stuff beyond the realms of what I can see and touch. And usually what we rely on, right, is firsthand accounts. So have you read any stories or talked to anybody that's had encounters with the Boo Hag?
I've read stories about people that have encountered Boo Hag. I also, have you ever heard of blues or publishing?
No.
Okay, so people in this area, you'll see how shaded blue bottles change.
Right.
Supposedly, they can't pass that barrier if the house is painted that color, or if the bottle's out there, they get sucked into the bottle and they can't come into the house. And there are people who have
Have you seen that new show on I think it's Paramount. It's from the makers of Ginni, what's that show that Lost, right? Same producer of Lost. Have you seen that show From or no? FROM.
If you watch it, that sounds like the Boo Hag.
Well, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because in the show they have the bottle tree.
Yes.
So, these incredible writers, you can tell that they have a lot of this folklore in their writing. And this is the first time I've heard really about the bottle trees. So, do you see that down in the South, like Louisiana, things like that, where people have bottle trees, in their front yard?
In the Carolinas, in Georgia, but what you see in Louisiana with people who are very superstitious, you'll see a mirror hanging on the front door.
Right. And why is that?
So the lore is that the devil is a very deep vision, and if he sees his reflection, he'll stand there admiring it until daylight, and then he has to go back. You can't enter your house once it's daylight. So that's the legend behind that. Yeah.
So does this come from like hoodoo or where does that come from?
Some of it does, especially in Louisiana. You have a lot of voodoo and voodoo traditions.
Sure.
And you have like the voodoo bag where protecting your legal eye and things that you can use to take off curses if you think you've been cursed. So a lot of it does come from the voodoo and voodoo traditions.
We have people on the shows that are like on our show that they do a lot of stuff down in Louisiana in the French Quarter, and they're like, there's certain places they will not go in because they are convinced that there's like hoodoo priestess and stuff that will like put curses on people.
Oh yeah, and I've also had people tell me places will walk around because look from another street and tell that the people look like I'm not saying like dress weird or
Right. No, they're actually practicing, not so friendly witchcraft or hoodoo, right? Which would be different. What made you move? Because you don't live in the South anymore, right? Are you in Colorado?
I call it a series of unfortunate but seriously, I came through to finish my degree. I'm in Montana.
You're in Montana.
I really have a hard time with the winters, and I'm gonna have to look at breaking up my year. My winters down.
Yeah, you can be like a snowbird.
Yeah, I do. I need to do that to figure out. But yeah, I moved up for college, and my bachelor's. I actually was intending to go to law school. But I decided to do the master's at University of Providence, where I did my bachelor's. And and I gotta stop right now and say this. You probably will never hear it. So one of the reasons that I got published, one of the reasons that I started to write this book, thank you, Dr. Parrott, English professor at University of Providence. I just had to say that.
Why? What happened?
Well, he was just such an awesome professor, and even though my bachelor's was not English, he always encouraged me, and he's like, you should English lit, and I'm like, I don't know. And but it's persistence in his teaching that kept me writing after I graduated from my master's degree. So yeah.
So great teachers, like obviously hats off to them because, we wouldn't have all these amazing creative people because the teachers obviously encourage their students to kind of think outside the box and do things like you did and writing, Supernatural South. Just a quick, we'll get back to the book and the writings, but is there folklore in Montana that you found since, your move? Right.
But you have a rich Native American folklore.
That's where you'll get into like Bigfoot and cryptids and things like that, right? So okay, back to the Southern folklore. Obviously, that's why you're here. What else? What about, okay, so we've talked a little bit about the Rougarou. We've talked about the Boo Hag. What about the Moon-Eyed people? What is that, and where does that come from?
That is so cool. The Moonlight people were, and you can still see the carving. It's a state park now. The name of the park kind of escapes me. It's from the Cherokee tradition of the Moonlight people. And the Moonlight people were described as being extremely pale, blue eyes, smaller stature, and they only came out at night. And at first, I think it wasn't a very contentious relationship between them and the indigenous population there.
And this is in Georgia, right? Northern Georgia.
I believe.
So I think it's
Park.
Fort Mountain State Park. Am I right?
Yeah, I think you're right. And so at first it wasn't a contentious relationship, but then things escalated, and they actually built a wall that's still there to keep the Moon-Eyed people out. And then eventually there was a war between the two factions, and they vanquished the Moon-Eyed people. Some historians say that the Moon-Eyed people were actually maybe Welsh population that had come to that area.
Oh, interesting.
And they just looked so different to the Native Americans there that they seemed like a alien race to them.
So there's a whole group of, Europeans that come, and the natives, the Cherokees.
Thought they're moon people, but on Ancient Aliens last night, they were talking about the moon people coming and the Indians making drawings inside caves.
Well,
Of
this
them.
is very similar.
Yes.
They have stone statues that they carved of them too.
Yes. And they,
If you look at the statues, they kind of look like gray aliens, kind of.
yeah, and they had like moon-shaped eyes.
Large blue eyes who were sensitive to daylight
Right.
or certain phases of the moon, and preferred to work or appear at night. So it looks like archaeologists generally dated the wall to roughly 500 to 1500 CE and attributed it to prehistoric Native American builders, though its exact purpose remains unknown. But the Moon-Eyed people legend is one of the folklores that explains it, and it involves the Welsh explorers or other groups. I mean, it could be, though. You never know. That could have been like the
It could have been
It-
aliens.
it could have been an alien race that they were fighting to keep out of there.
And it could have been like vampires or
I don't think
albino vampires.
is there such thing as an albino vampire? I mean, you
I
never
don't
know.
In Ginni's world, there might be. Have you ever? I mean, aren't vampires kind of pale anyways?
Yeah, well, they're
Maybe
supposed to be.
considered
They're
albino?
supposed to be. Who knows? Who knows if that's true?
If you think about it, the last days arrived there before Christmas and so it was most likely if it was.
Well, they could have also, what kind of like Loki when he would like dress up. You remember that?
Loki would dress up? You
Yeah.
mean like Loki on the show on Disney, Loki?
Well, he would dress up to like fool people when he went to different dimensions.
Yeah, he was like a shapeshifter.
And then also the same thing on Vikings. When they would
The
go
god
places,
Loki.
he would like put on masks to scare people.
Yeah. We might have, Sherry, we might have to, at the top of the hour, get you back on Zoom and just deal with the sound from there. We're kind of breaking in and out. We are not trying to interrupt you by any means. Please, I just want to say that.
Glitches, so
it's kind of going in and out. So, okay. Moon Eye people, that's it. So you did a whole segment in your book, obviously, about the Moon Eye people, right? And the folklore around that. What's the next one that jumps out to you that was exciting and interesting to research? Oh, we're kind of losing you a little bit. It's kind of breaking up, and I want people to hear it. So maybe we should. Can you go back on Zoom? Okay, let's see if we can get you back on. Let's try that way. Okay, hang on a second, folks. We're gonna try and
always.
Well, yeah, we'll try and adjust. I apologize for the. We're bobbing and weaving over here trying to get the best sound. When she first came on, the sound wasn't great, so I said, "Come on the phone," and that.
Stay tuned.
That might not have been the best. Hang on tight, folks.
You guys got 40 seconds.
Every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 8, the Nighthawk Resurrected opens heaven's gate. Kelly Powers and Ginni take the midnight stage, calling all truth seekers to turn.
I don't know if she can go back in there.
Secrets UFOs like the sky demons and the elite. We look them in the eye. You know we're Lord of falling as the hope takes flight.
Sherry, are you able to get in?
I'm
Okay, hang on. I got to start it again.
I'm trying to get back into my Google email. Hang on.
Well, just giving it a try. We got 6 minutes, and I got to come back on.
Okay,
Come on. What's going on here? I might have to
hang
start
on.
a new one.
And welcome back. This is the Nighthawk Resurrected, and Kelly and Ginni are postponing the talk until we get it straightened out. So, Kelly.
Oh, there we go. I think.
How do you feel about
There we go. We got her back on. Can you get her on, Ginni?
Yes, I got her live and going.
Okay, let's try this. Let's see if we can do better. Are you there, Sherry? Can you hear me? Oh, that's way better. It's way better. Wait, see, we should have just done this in the beginning. Sorry about that. I'm making you hold a phone and geez. Okay, so
stand on one leg.
Stand on one leg and hop.
Your
Jeez. We are not that high maintenance over here, I swear. And we'll do better next time. Okay. So we went through the Moon-Eyed people. Anything else you want to talk about with them before we move on to the next one? Okay. I think that's the consensus is out.
Yeah, or albinos.
Vampires. Vampire albinos.
Oh.
So what's the next folklore that was in the book that you want to talk about or that you were excited about? Okay. Wow. Yeah, and this has been going on. It's been reported since the 1930s, and it's still occasionally cited today. It's often blue, green, white, yellowish, or orange orbs. They're glowing orbs that bob or sway 1 to 3 feet above the ground, along the, like you said, the abandoned stretch of old railroad tracks just a few miles outside of Gurdon. Occurrence. Well, there's a big thing with orbs right now. There was a huge disclosure, through the Department of War, where they came out and they're talking about all these, I think they were orange, these orbs. And so who knows? It could be similar. It could be orbs or some kind of, like you said, there was, some pretty violent murders that happened there. And when you get that type of activity, you get that type of violence and death, you'll have these kind of almost like time loops that are stuck, and there's almost like energy stuck there. And it's kind of interesting that people kept seeing them over and over and over. So guys, we have more stories to tell. We're about 1.5 minutes to the top of the hour. And so we definitely want to hear what you're up to, coming up. If you have anything new you want to talk about, we want to talk more about the book. You guys, if you have any questions, send them in to info@nighthawkresurrected.com. I can get your email. I can get questions out. You guys can call in if you want. 831-479-1080. We have a lot of folklore here too in Santa Cruz, California.
Yes,
we're not quite as old as the South, but we do have some interesting
we
stuff.
Have folklore at the radio station here.
We have folklore at the radio station for sure. So, Sherry, do you have a website or something where people can find you? Okay. Okay. All right. Give her a follow, guys. This is the Nighthawk Resurrected. We'll be back with more in 6 minutes. Hang on tight, folks. Very good. You started it from the beginning.
That wasn't my fault. Remember when I was listening to it, I stopped it.
You're the controller.
No,
it's your fault. It's always your fault. So, Sherry, we have 6 minutes if you need to get a drink or use the bathroom, anything like that. Okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. We're going to keep going. Ginni, you can't just be sitting on your phone. Like, what are you
research
doing?
About
You're not
folklore.
Oh my!
I was looking for folklore. Like, that's why I was looking for the ghost thing on Ancient Aliens. Last night they had are they owl people in the carvings or are they robots?
Let me ask you, chat, do you believe a word that Ginny's saying right now? Because I don't know if I believe that. You want me to tell you what I think he's doing? I think he's TikToking.
There's no such thing.
He's doom scrolling. Next.
There's no such thing as TikTok.
Yes, there is. Okay.
Commander Loup-Garou spoke Tuesday at the presidential palace in Damascus. The agreement is a boost for the government of interim President Ahmad al-Sharaa. Afi said they want this day to mark the beginning of a genuine transition from battlefields to fields of construction, from the era of weapons to the era of peace. The Kurds lost much of their territory during a government offensive in January. During negotiations, President al-Shara made Kurdish an official language alongside Arabic, restored citizenship to tens of thousands of Kurds, and promised they would have the right to education in their own language. I'm Jennifer King.
Senator Darlene Graham of South Carolina has won her Republican primary runoff over Congressman Ralph Norman. Graham will now face Democratic nominee Dr. Annie Andrews. On Wall Street, it's out by 180 points. The NASDAQ rose 171. The S&P advanced 24. More at townhall.com.
If you've got dry skin, cracked heels, age spots, or vision problems, then you should try the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Not only does it have all 90 essential nutrients, but it also has an extra dose of essential fatty acids and selenium. Gray hair, wrinkles, hemorrhoids, and forgetfulness can all be addressed by the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. This one-of-a-kind combination was designed by Dr. Joel Wallach after decades of research. Dr. Wallach has helped thousands of people to feel better when they and their doctors thought that nothing could be done. Log on to KSEOhealth.com to order the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. That's KSEOhealth.com. Or call 831-218-KSCO to place an order and to speak with an authorized longevity distributor. That's 831-218-KSCO. Getting older is part of life, and that's okay, but you don't have to feel old. Order the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack today.
Target will have one less Halloween costume on the shelves this fall.
Target has apologized and removed a children's Halloween costume from sale after social media users accused the retailer of selling an outfit that resembled racist blackface and minstrel-era imagery. It was a circus clown that critics said evoked blackface in minstrel shows. A Target spokesperson said, "As a company, we know we got this wrong, and we are deeply sorry."
Correspondent Bill Alexander reporting. Americans' confidence in the economy declined this month as the ongoing Iran conflict has kept gas prices elevated at more than $4 a gallon. The conference board said Tuesday that its consumer confidence index dipped to 89.4 in August from 90.2 in July. That's the lowest level in 7 months, but essentially in the same lukewarm range it's been since the beginning of the year. News and analysis at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters. Rescuers in the Bay of Bengal have continued searching for survivors after a cargo ship emergency.
Rescuers searching for 22 missing sailors have found no trace of their Panama-flagged cargo ship after the vessel sunk in the Bay of Bengal last week, the Indian Coast Guard says. Search aircraft and ships on Tuesday were scouring the area where the cargo ship MV Ocean Winner purportedly sunk Saturday. The joint search by the Indian Coast Guard and the Indian Navy has been complicated by the area's exceptionally deep waters and found only an oil slick and 2 life rafts. I'm Charles Philippesma.
A tornado has ripped through a small village in southern France, damaging about 300 homes and injuring dozens. Authorities said Tuesday the tornado struck Pomaz, a village of about 1,000 people, on Monday. More on these stories at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters reporting.
The Ramsey Show.
So basically, for the past year, I've been living
It's so loud. Why is that one always so loud?
No, don't do that. Never buy a house with somebody you're not married.
Like the sound is off.
You're about to get yourself in a huge mess. Yeah, you complicate the breakup like nobody's business. You gonna buy a house with her? You better put a ring on it first, buddy. You know, that's a lot of money that we're gonna spend on the wedding. Dominic, it's legally dumb and it's financially stupid.
Dave Ramsey, Monday through Thursday, noon till 2. KSEO, KOMY.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the woos. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzz warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of KSCO staff, management, or advertisers. If something is said with which you disagree, please let us know by writing to us at comments@ksco.com.
And welcome back to the Nighthawk Resurrected. This is the second hour of this amazing show.
Yes, this is one of my favorite parts of getting into the spooky Halloween season. I just bought some like scary corn kids that have these like they're animated. Anyways, do you decorate a lot where you're at for Halloween, Sherry?
Not sure she's back.
Oh,
yet.
hang on. I might be me. She's back.
Oh, Kelly.
Oh,
look
I'm
at
sorry.
What's going on? God.
So, thank you, Sherry, for your time tonight. It is amazing to have you on the show. We are working on our Halloween extravaganza. It starts early here at the Nighthawk.
Halloween.
I did. I was just saying I just bought these scary corn kids. Anyways, they're going up for sure. We hang the witches, we hang the corn kids. It's going down.
Well, and what is it?
What?
If you don't get the like cool stuff early, I mean, Kelly ordered dishes early, and they finally came for Halloween.
Yes, I definitely do the Halloween season for sure. So, do you decorate? Do you get going for Halloween? Okay, all right. Well, it's right around the corner. I mean, we are close to September, and before you blink, it's going to be October. Okay, so where were we? We talked about before the break. Oh shoot, I just lost my place. So let's see. We talked about the Loup-Garou, of course, the werewolf-like figure, and there's a lot of if you guys actually start looking into some of these folklores, there's really stories behind all these, men getting attacked by dogs at night and they turn into the Loup-Garou. And we talked about the Boo Hag, a skinless parasitic witch spirit that sheds skin at night and enters in the home through a crack and rides sleeping victims by sitting on their chests and stealing their life force. Victims wake up exhausted, like you say. What else? We talked about the moon-eyed people, which is actually very interesting. So if you guys, that's something you're interested in, you can go and actually check out the Fort Mountain and the wall that they built. So did we talk about the Bogey Creek monster? Do you know anything about that in Arkansas?
What is it called? The Falk monster?
The Falk monster.
And what is a Falk monster?
Yes. Interesting. So, the interesting part is, we've had a lot of Bigfoot people on here. We had Dr. Jeffrey
Meldrum. Wasn't that?
Yeah, Meldrum. And he had the largest, he has passed. He had the largest Bigfoot casts collection in the United States. And like the skeptic in me, of course, is like, well, I don't know. But when you start to see actual footprints that people are casting all over the place like these, it gives you pause to think, right? Like, There's all these accounts of this monkey-like creature, braiding chicken coops and leaving these large tracks. Mm-hmm.
Well, the gnarly thing about all of that is that, like, when you start talking to multiple different people in different industries and different beliefs, the same thing comes up, and it's this
but they're different. That's
like
that's the interesting
version,
part.
but everybody has a similar take on what's going on. Like Mount Shasta, they say that the Bigfoot lives up there. There's people that we had who is Laparitis.
Oh, Kiwani
Laparitis. He said that Bigfoot is works with the aliens.
Well, he says they're interdimensional beings, that they're very peaceful and they can travel back and forth,
through dimensions,
interdimensionally, right? Like if they want you to see them,
they will.
You will see them. If they don't, they won't.
You will never see them. And you have to have a certain kind of energy.
Well, he says if you go up there with like guns and you're ready to hunt a Bigfoot, like you're not going to get one because they're too smart. They're interdimensional. They're like kind of beyond our, capacity of understanding the universe. So, but it's interesting with stories like this, you wonder if they are some sort of kind of interdimensional, maybe, I don't know if I want to say alien, but are they coming to people differently in different areas? There's one in the Florida Everglades, the skunk ape. Did you look into that one? Yeah, I don't know if it's naive. You're just more open to, the unexplained and what's actually out there, right? And there's so many accounts across the globe, even if you get international, they have similar accounts, but like I said, they just look a little bit different. Have you ever been on a Bigfoot hunt? Yes. Yeah. It's pretty I don't know. I think I'd be terrified to go out. I mean, I'd be I don't think I want to go on a Bigfoot hunt. Not at all. So
no
okay.
Bigfoot hunts for you.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of Bigfoot lore where we are. We used to have, I don't know if you know where we are. We're like right kind of smack in the middle of California, and we have we're
Santa
right on the
Cruz
coast.
In the Monterey Bay.
We're in the Monterey Bay, but we're, very beach. We're a beach town, but we have these huge redwood groves. And so we have a lot of Bigfoot sightings here. We still have a Bigfoot museum, and anyways, so similar lore. So what about haunts? Did you get into any hauntings or anything like that in the region where you were at? Mm. What is the Myrtles in Louisiana? Yeah, it's supposedly one of America's most haunted houses and classic piece of Southern Gothic folklore. It was originally named Laurel Grove and was built by General David Bradford. Let's see, a fugitive from the Whiskey Rebellion in Pennsylvania. And let's see, it was built in 1796. So yeah, that'd be a very cool place. Yeah, here we go, Chloe. There was only one verified murder on the property in 1871. Lawyer William Winter, he was shot on the front porch, and he was by an unknown attacker. So there's a lot of stuff there too. Very cool. You'll have to go there during the spooky season. It's on the list of things to do. So I do have some questions that came in, but I kind of like to save those for the last segment. Any other, eerie phenomenon, anything from the book that you'd like to talk about? Oh, let's hear about the lizard man. It's so there is, if you guys are interested in this type of stuff, there's people like Sherry that research and curate these old articles And most of this folklore, like she says, comes from people with firsthand accounts. There's one in Tennessee. It's called the Wampus Cat. Did you hear about that one? Did you write about that? Tell us about the Wampus Cat. Hmm. It's like a similar story, but like completely separate groups of people. The Cherokee version of it is interesting. I mean, there's I think one of the most common. I mean, it's a classic Southern folklore creature. Kind of cryptid, but definitely, the roots are tied to the Cherokee legend. And from what I can find, the legend is a Cherokee woman, sometimes called Running Deer, grew curious or jealous about the men's sacred hunting rituals, which obviously at the time women were forbidden to witness. So she wrapped herself in a mountain lion cougar hide for camouflage and followed the men into the woods. When she was discovered, the tribal medicine man punished her by permanently binding her to the hide and her body, transforming her into half woman, half cat creature doomed to roam the forest forever. There's another one that is, oh my gosh, I can't remember. I'm going to look it up during the break, but there's another native where similar, they got cursed and they ended up, kind of roaming the woods forever, and they're starving. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So, like I said, a lot of these, really get morphed from the areas where they're at, but they have a lot of Native American roots tied into it. Yes. I mean, they even in Conway High School in Arkansas, that is their mascot. So this is very rooted in Arkansas, and her name comes from an older American slang, catawampus or cattywampus, meaning something crooked, askew, or monstrous combined with a cat mount, an older word for a cougar.
Is that where the name cougar comes from?
No, I think that I don't know the exact, like medical term or scientific term behind cougar, but maybe. I'm not sure. Kenny, that's a good question.
Well, it sounds similar.
So, what about? Let's see. Hang on, I had another one that I wanted to ask you about. What about the Bell Witch? Did you do any writing on the Bell Witch? Right. Yeah, John Bell. That's weird. There was something attached to him. I mean, so what I want you guys to understand as listeners, like we're talking 1817 to 1821. You know, they didn't have their iPhones to document all this stuff. So most of these accounts are news stories and people, you know, like we're talking about that come and see it. I mean, it was really, you know, one of the best documented poltergeist cases in the United States. Yeah, absolutely.
Poltergeist.
But, you know, at this time, we're talking, you know, 1800s that, you know, the Bell family had this farm, right? It was their family farm. So, you know, picking up, I mean, I guess if you're getting tormented by a poltergeist, you'd rather live in your car than on a haunted, you know, farm. But that wasn't the easiest thing for people to do back in these days. Like I said, it was like family farms that typically were passed down. Yeah, demonic. Richard Bell's later manuscript at M.V. Ingram's 1894 book preserves the family's side of the story. So you guys can actually look up in this book that was written about their story and their account. It's there. So Ginni, we are at our last commercial break. Let's take the commercial break. Keep the questions coming in, and we'll get there on the next segment. This is the Nighthawk Resurrected. We'll be back in 6 minutes. Okay, so 6. Okay. Did you hear me on that? Was I talking in the microphone?
For what?
I didn't know if you turned my microphone off.
No, I turned it off.
We're going to need to
What about, do you have a list of things?
A list of what?
People calling in?
my cursor and what is going on? Things aren't working. KSCO Santa Cruz. Okay, she's not going to be able to hear you because I had to bring her in on Zoom because her phone wasn't working. Yeah, tell me what it is. What's your name? Steve. And where are you calling from, Steve? Stephen Aptos. What's your question? Okay, so Robert Johnson, Crossroads in Mississippi. Or Alabama. All right, I'll ask her when we come back. Thanks for your call. Okay, bye.
"51 seconds. Welcome back to the Nighthawk Resurrected. Let's get it going, Kelly, because we only have a little bit of time left.
We only have about 20 minutes left. Sherry, thank you so much for your time tonight and all your work on this. It's so important that we document and we keep these stories alive and well, and people like you are doing that. So that's why it's important we bring, these amazing guests like yourself on. So give your book a plug, tell people where they can find it, and let's start there. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys, my fault. Jeez.
Lots of
You know why this is happening? Because I was giving Ginni a hard time in the beginning about being a terrible engineer.
Yeah, but the difference is I would never say you're fired because I need you.
I know you do need me. We don't know what would happen. So, Sherry, before we go to the questions and any final kind of thoughts, we are in the last 20 minutes of the show. Where can they find the book, and give the title again so people know where to get it? Awesome. So pick up the book. It's a perfect book coming up to the Halloween season. You can read it to your kids, your grandkids. It's got all kinds of spooky stories. And like I said, it's a perfect book for the season that's right around the corner. So we had Steve and Aptos call in. And what he asked about was if you're familiar with the crossroads in either Mississippi or Alabama. And basically, Robert Johnson made a deal with the devil. Are you familiar with that? Did you write about that? Yes. Mississippi, right? And it was really like a blues folklore. So I'd have to look into it, but
on the Supernatural,
the best folklore show that has ever been made is Supernatural seasons 1 through 15. And they tie all of this folklore into it, whether it's the Loup-Garou. They have, and I'll have to look up exactly what episode it is, but they have one on the crossroads. So do you think that's coming from real accounts, or is it just kind of stories that have been passed down? That was his question. Me too. Well, and these are stories that have been passed down for hundreds of years. It's usually stories where the parents are telling the kids or the grandparents telling the grandkids. There's always the lore of the woman in white, and this has been going on forever. And the roots are primarily women, and it's a widespread Latin America, especially in Mexico, Mexican legend, of a woman that was betrayed by an unfaithful husband, and they kill their kids in a river, and her spirit is cursed, right, to wander the roads forever. And she targets men, right, because she's so upset about the betrayal of her husband. So back, we were talking about, it was the Wendigo. That was so right. That comes from the Ojibwe, right? The indigenous people, but this is more northern U.S. and Canada legend. So that do you know that one? Yes. It is. And the interesting thing about the Wendigo is it has the ability to mimic your voice. The specific weakness to them is fire. So if you encounter a Wendigo, you got to burn it. And that gets to a question from Daryl in Watsonville. Let me get to it. Oh man, where did it go? It was about protecting yourself and how you can. I think it was on the Boo Hag. Oh, here it is. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Boo Hag and how did people traditionally protect themselves from it? Well, and you can, even spirits or entities that don't have the best intentions for you, you can do the same thing with your windowsills and your front doors is a line of salt, right? The Trinity. Oh, that's good to know. Oh, okay. All right. So we have from Carol in Santa Cruz. She says, someone who works in counseling, do you ever see connections between these old legends and the way people deal with fear and the unknown? Yeah.
Night Stalker.
Yeah. The Night Stalker is from here. Yeah, I agree. So we have from Carol in Los Gatos. She says, where did it? Oh man, it moved. Any Southern legend that didn't make it in the book that you wish it did? Well, and the really cool thing about what you've done is it sparks people's interest in history, right? So you start going and visiting these places that have these really interesting stories. I mean, even like very historical, right? Like Gettysburg. You have so many accounts of all these soldiers and embodied spirits, and that are there, and it's not just just one random person. You have account after account after account of people seeing this. So that gets to Jerry in Los Angeles. He says, if a listener has time to explore one place or a legend from your book, where would it be? Where would you send him first? Ginny, where do you want to go? Do you want to see? We went to Alcatraz. I'm an October baby, so we ended up on the night tour during the Halloween season at Alcatraz, and it was very cool. It was a spooky place, and all of these places just they, like I said, there's so much history in them. So what keeps you going, and what keeps you researching, and anything new coming for you that you want to talk about? So with the cryptids book, will you get out and do it? I mean, it kind of goes back to my question a little while ago. If you've been on a Bigfoot, I don't know if I want to call it a hunt, because I think that involves like, killing something, but the mystery is the cool part of it. I agree. I agree. So we have another Aptos. We have John in Aptos. He said, "Are you thinking about a follow-up book?" And I think you answered it, but I think he's talking more specifically about the Southern folklore. He said, "Is there another corner of the South weirdness that you're wanting to dig into next?" Is Slender Man, is that from the South, or is that more like, kind of Midwest? Mm-hmm. Right. Well, you look at even like the story that Stephen King wrote about the It, right? That's very kind of similar to that Slender Man lore with like,
Slender Man.
major death. Nobody can hear you, too far away from the microphone.
Slender Man.
Ginny just woke up. He took a nap.
Yeah.
No,
that's
he
not
didn't.
it. I'm talking about that. So in It, he was kind of a slender man, but he was also...
He was Pennywise, the clown, obviously.
And then he
but
was the Reaper. He was like...
But he was also like an alien. So,
what was he really trying to say?
I don't know. He's got such an amazing way to tell these stories and to incorporate some of this folklore into it.
What do you think of that, Sherry?
Mm-hmm. Sure. The Welcome to Derry spinoff that was on HBO, that was the spinoff to the It.
It was pretty amazing.
It was pretty good because they got into a lot of the backstory of Pennywise and how he became Pennywise. So I don't know if you saw that. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it because it's fantastic.
Anything scary, Kelly's seen.
Well, I do love the scary
He
stuff.
loves the scary
I do.
stuff.
We've had, the eldest daughter of the Perrin family that was part of the first Amityville Horror House. She came on. She was fantastic. She talked about her firsthand experience witnessing these, like, it was kind of like a film of the ghosts that were having dinner in her living room. It wasn't that they were like moving around haunting the place. It was like, kind of like a time slip, right? And her experience with the Warrens and them trying to get these ghosts out of the house. And she said that she actually had a good relationship with them. And it was this young boy that so anyways, we love that stuff here.
It's pretty amazing.
I love all the ghost stories. I so appreciate all your work and what you do. Please, if you write another book or you have anything you want to come back and talk about, please come back. Any final messages for the listeners in the last kind of 3 minutes that we have? Stay curious. And so, do you ever take accounts from listeners, like stories, if people have, any for your book? 'Cause I'm just curious for the next one. Okay. All right. Well, we are, Ginny, do you have anything final? Because we have about 2 minutes.
Thank you for your amazing book. Thank you for coming on our show. It's an honor to have you here with us tonight and sharing all of your information with all of our listeners.
That's it?
Yeah.
Ginny, do you have any scary stories from your childhood in the last 2 minutes?
Yeah. My sister said there was like a little drummer boy outside her atrium of her room. at night there would be a little boy out there with a drum drumming.
And so she terrified you.
She was terrified of it. And she said she would come into my room and be all the drummer boys out there. And it's out there. You can see it. And
nothing.
I never saw it, but some of her friends said they saw the drummer.
See, that's where I think a lot of these stories come from, you know, from the parents telling the kids stuff and freaking each other out. And who knows? We don't know what's out there.
What about you? Any scary stories from you?
No. I mean,
oh, yes, there is.
Not that I can remember.
What about the little gremlin?
Well, that was like more.
Was it a gremlin or was it a?
That was a leprechaun.
A leprechaun, a mini leprechaun.
I had a really vivid dream one night, and we only have about a minute, but it was like a vivid dream where this leprechaun was like jumping around the room and like holding me down, and just woke up terrified because it was so real that I've had. Sure it wasn't? I don't know if it was. Maybe it was a leprechaun from another dimension. So. Anyways, thank you so much for your time. We absolutely had a blast with you. Happy Halloween early, and reach out. Don't be a stranger. You know, we'd love to hear back from you. And this is the Nighthawk Resurrected. It is Tuesday. We'll be back on Thursday.
Listen up and listen in and come back again.
Come back again. Thanks for listening. How come you keep playing the same one? Is it the only one you have?
I'm trying to...
Sherry, thank you so much. Ginni, I can't hear her.
Thank you for everything.
I'll send you the show. So we'll have, I just have to go in and add all the info, but I'll have the download for you if you want to share it. And then I'll have the link from, what is this? From StreamYard that goes to YouTube and Kick and all these other places.
Oh, absolutely. I'll post it on my socials.
Yes, I'll share it with you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks for your time and have a good night.
You too.
Good night. Thank you.
Night.
Oh, and let me see if I can do this.
I was trying to like have it like the same thing. Like this is the Nighthawk. You know how like, do you want me to play some of the rock ones with the girls going out? I'm trying to stick with like everybody knows who the Nighthawk is. If you want a different Nighthawk, you have to give me more things than that.
I've given you a bunch of them.
Dave, how are you?